As a kid, my mom had me convinced I could do or be anything I could dream up. So, naturally, I was gearing up to be a country music superstar. Just know, this was back when I had straight across bangs and sparkly jeans. Regardless of that awkward school picture stage I was in, I knew I was going to be famous. I'm talking Carrie Underwood big. And get this, I wasn't just going to sing the songs, I would write them too. My first hit was going to be a personal ballad about growing up in a small town. Unfortunately, I could only read about 3 music notes. I could sometimes follow a tune, but rarely match a pitch. Luckily, for my own dignity, I grew out my bangs and realized speaking was a much more realistic life plan than singing. Now, don't get me wrong, I still sing. Sometimes, when I'm feeling really confident, I'll turn down the radio and make the artist my backup vocalist. I guess you could say I'm pretty mainstream in the car circuit. Well, unlike my singing voice, I'm not afraid to share my writing. In fact, I actively find ways to share it. I've moved away from the song lyrics and took on more of this blogger style. I have 6 subscribers to this YouTube channel, so I'm practically a social media influencer now. Jokes aside, I could see myself trying my hand at a book someday. I've always loved writing. The songwriting and the fame were more important to me than the actual singing in my childhood delusion. Writing can be so personal. It's a chance to express myself creatively. I can edit until I'm happy with the flow. I can rewrite all of these cheesy jokes. I can walk away and come back when inspiration sparks. I can really make it what I want. Some days I'm vulnerable in what I share. Some days I'm just surface level. I get full control. I'm confident when I have that control. But I also love that it's so unique to me. I have a specific writing style, and as I had mentioned earlier, that style can change as I change. Poetry was my passion in high school. Writing was special to me and made me special. So much so, I strutted around telling people things like, poetry doesn't actually have to rhyme. I even got a poem published in a regional student poetry book, which I still have. Poetry was my outlet to express thoughts I was too afraid to say out loud. And that continued into my other writing. My blog has topics that need to be talked about, but aren't in regular social encounters. My first blog post was about my inability to breastfeed. I wrote about being angry and resentful and sad to the point of counseling. It was freeing to write it all down. It's just the release I need when I can't speak the words. I can talk about those things now, but I didn't want to when I wrote about them. They were too complicated. I couldn't organize my dialogue. Writing helps with that. That's why I also use writing in counseling sometimes. Saying things out loud is scary and doesn't always make sense. Writing? See, that doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to represent something. There's less pressure to make it sound eloquent. Once the ideas are down, it's easier to create that train of thought. Writing is my first choice of communication in tough situations for that reason. I hate being put on the spot. I like a roadmap to follow, main points to work from. I communicate so much better when I have the opportunity to write things down first. It's the preparation that I need. Some people might see that as a crutch. Honestly, in some cases, it absolutely is. Some conversations just need to be had in person in real time. I can almost guarantee, though, that I'll write about that after those conversations happen. Writing also serves as that closure for me. I can wrap up my thoughts and move on once I actually process them on paper. So, this went a lot of different ways. I didn't mean for that to happen. Honestly, I'm not sure what I meant to happen. Writing is versatile. So let me just recap. Writing is fun, creative, and personal. It's something I can control. It is therapeutic. I can share difficult feelings more easily than verbal communication, and it helps me find closure. And, of course, and most importantly, 6 YouTube subscribers is the closest I'm ever going to be to becoming famous. I hope you all have your thing that makes you feel famous. Thank you for listening and being one of my blessings. Have a great day.